Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Spark AI session. Today, we have with us Vidhi Shrivastava. Vidhi Shrivastava holds the post graduation degree. She firmly believes that technology will change the coming world and is changing too. She is passionate about new technologies, loves to make augmented reality filters. Currently, she is placed in Hashedin by Deloitte and doing internship. So, she will start with the session. Vidhi, over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Askar, for the great intro. Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you all for this wonderful session that we are going to have. And you all are going to enjoy today's session because you are going to learn a lot of new things which are there in augmented reality. Let's not waste the time and let's start it. I'll just share my screen and let's get started. So I think my screen is visible. So yeah, I'll share my presentation. So we'll start. Askar, is my presentation like it's visible?
Yes, it is.
Askar, is my presentation visible?
Yes, it is. It's visible.
Okay. Thank you. Let me start. So first of all, let us discuss what exactly AR is. So basically, AR is the combination of the real scene viewed by the user and the virtual scene generated by the computer that augments the scene with additional info. So what basically it means that what we are doing is in the digital world, we are actually embedding the non-existing thing into the real world. For example, suppose I'm sitting in a home and I want some effects like snow is falling, or I want that some colorful light pattern should appear. So all these things are basically comes into augmented reality. We could see how we have played the Pokemon Go game, so where we used to catch the Pokemons here and there. It was basically a world AR effect with the integrated games. So all these things basically falls in augmented reality. So there are different tools that we use in augmented realities, we have for Spark AR. If we create Instagram, Facebook, or Messenger filters, if we have some video calling experiences on Insta or FB, then we have Spark AR Studio. If we you would have used Snapchat filters, so all those filters are basically made on Lens Studio. It's again a great software. And if we talk about the TikTok, so TikTok Effect Studio is used for the TikTok effects. So these are basically the software which we usually have currently. So currently we'll be discussing on just Spark AR because that's all we are here for. So if you open the link that is the official Spark, if you go to official Spark page, you will have the download get started. So since I'm already having the Spark AR Studio, so I'll just run into it and I'll just open it. So we have here the Spark AR Studio. But before that, let me discuss some small tips and let's go into it. Then we'll jump into the making of filters. So there are lots of new features that have been embedded in the Spark. That's like currently we have a hand tracker, as well as we have the body tracking. So let's discuss some of the features that currently Spark AR holds. So we have the preparing assets and objects. So there are different patches that have been available here. So you can make yourself by using the AR library, and you can download the patches. You can just go through it, and it's better to play around. And then when you play it, you'll get to know that, oh, these things are there, and you will be coming up with new filters. So we have face tracker, we have world AR effects, we have a target tracker. So all we'll be discussing when we'll jump into the software. So you can guys can go with 2D effects, or you could make some 3D models. Like if you want to like make Iron Man 3D model, then you can go it. You can use different softwares like Blender, Cinema 4D. And if you make about the 2D images and all, you can use Photoshop. Or if you're more comfortable with the applications, then you can go with PixArt or Canva, something like that. So all these things are basically a subpart. So it's not about like you should only know just the Spark. Yeah, it's like you should be well aware of all these softwares too. So we have you can even embed it, the text on your filters. You would have seen now filters like they have date or time. Then you have something like some birthday wishes are there, or we can interact with all those filter. For example, if you open the mouth, for example, water is coming out, or if you are if you make some angry faces, so all these things, if you smile, some sparklings is there. So all these things, when we actually combine the our real world stuffs with the virtual digital stuff, so it becomes basically augmented. So all these things are fall under the augmented reality. So there is a workflow that is being there in the Spark air, so all is being so precisely done, so that you don't have to think much like, oh, what's happening here and there. Even you haven't made anything, you are still a new bee, and you have just downloaded the filter. You can even try using the templates that have been there. You can build the world AI effects. You can use 3D objects and animations. So if you are thinking how you can use the animation, so what you could do is you can find some short videos, and then you can convert those videos into see image sequences. So what will happen, suppose a man is running, okay, so or if there is some firecracker bursting, so you can just convert it into JPEG, and then you can just use in the software. We will all discuss in the coming lecture, so don't be get afraid of it. And we can use some lightning effects, and of course audios are there. So if you talk about the images, so you can of course use PNG, JPEG images. And if we talk about audios, then it's suppose M4A format, so you should just take care of it, not MP3. Then we have particle system. So particle system is something like snow is falling, stars are going up or down, something like that. Or smoke effects are there, rain effects are there. So all these things falls under the particle systems. So these are some of the features that are being there in Spark. So you should be aware of it, because since you are going to use it. So the best practice says that in order to learn something new, you should always go through the documentation. So I usually prefer to, whenever I have some issues, I just go to the Spark AR documentation. It's really nice. You can just get started over it. You will find some tutorials. So there are some finished and unfinished projects. So if you are very new to it, you can just start with the finished project, and you can just play around. You are changing the image, or you are just adding some text to the existing project. So all these things falls under it. Then we have different articles where you could find the things that you are into it. And it's really great to be having such a great document where you could find even the small stuffs, and it is easy for you to understand, because it is having pictures as well as gifs. So yeah, even now Spark has the Spark AR curriculum. So if you are very new and you want to start from the beginning and to a certified Spark AR certified, so you can enroll into the course, and you can just start over it. Then we have like different assets that are already being made, so you can just use it. And the best pro tip is join the community, Spark AR community of the Facebook group, because the community is so helpful that even if you'll ask small doubts, they are always ready to help you. And whoever is online or offline, they can just give you the advices, and you will be there. And you could also share the effects that you make, so you'll get a feedback over it. And it's really nice to see how interactive and how creative people are. So if you think it's something like where you have to code, so it's not like only code. It's like there are some patches, so you have to just drag and drop, and you could make the filters around it. And the best thing is, if you have a creative mind, then you could make lot of new filters. And you can just try it, just open it and try. We'll make some of it. So if we see the future of our so AR, so what I feel is we'll discuss it later on. Let's jump into the Spark AR Studio, and let's start creating filters. So yeah, this is how it opens. So it's I'm having the latest version of Spark AI Studio, that is version 126, which has hand movement tracker as well as body tracker. So when you open the Spark AI Studio, you will see that here it is like you can have a blank project. You'll have a sharing experiences where you could like AR for stories, reels, post, or messages, and even we have the video calling experiences, that is AR for real time and calls. And if you'll go down, you will see different templates here. I'm so sorry, actually, my power went off, and sorry for the disturbance. I just connected it. So, am I audible now? I hope I am audible now.
Yes, Vidhi, you're audible.
Again, sorry, power just went off, and
No
yeah.
problem.
Okay, so I was here. So there are different templates that are available on Spark. So you can just either start using directly templates and just play around it, how it's being done, or you can even start from blank project. So as of now, as a beginner, I would prefer let's jump into blank project and let's start it. So yeah, I have clicked on blank projects. Let's wait until the project gets open. Cool. So here is the blank project that we have created. So there are some of the subparts of the screen which you'll be able to see here. I'll just switch on my camera so that it will be easy for us to see what's actually happening. I'll just switch off from here. Okay. So, if you want the integrated camera, or if you want to see how effect works on your face, so you could just go to the video and just enable the integrated camera, this one. So first, let us discuss about the screen that you could see here. So what's there is we have a screen panel, we have viewport here, and we have property window here, we have assets window here. So what are all these basically? So in the screen in the screen you will see that there is a device and a child. So child of device is camera, and the focal distance is basically the child of camera. So all these things are in a hierarchy form. So what is camera is that whatever you see on your camera or on your device, this would fall under the portion that you could see here, that are the blue lines. So whatever you are going to make it, if you see that in the camera it's actually being seen, so you could see that whatever you are making is being actually applied to the screen. So we have the camera texture here, texture extraction. So whenever we want to extract the camera texture, so we will just click on it, and you would see that in the assets, the text in the texture folder, there is a camera texture being just it came. So we will see how the filters are there. So we have the ambient as well as directional light. So these are the basically light effects that would be there in our effect. We have this user sharing, so you can just look at how it would be, your filter would seen when it is on the video calling, or when you could change the devices. For example, if there are some iOS devices like iPhone 8x SE, so you could just change and see how your filter is actually looking on other devices. We have some Android devices too. So let me keep it on iPhone 8 only. So we have the assets. So in the assets we actually add the different assets, like we add materials to it, we add animation sequence, we add or if we are actually coding it, so we could add the scripting too. So there are two languages that Spark AI supports. One is JavaScript and the other is TypeScript. So if you are little bit intermediate, or you have more knowledge about these language, so you can run, just see how it works, and you could easily find it interesting. So we have different textures like environmental texture, gallery texture, segmentation texture. So if we talk about the segmentation texture, so basically there are three segmentation: person segmentation, hair segmentation, as well as the skin segmentation. So what person segmentation is, so if we go to the camera and extract the segmentation, that is the person segmentation, and if we want to use this as a person segmentation, so what you have to do is you just have to click on add objects. Now whatever objects you're going to add, you would see it in the scene panel. So all these things, for example, if you are making a face tracker, like whatever effect you are making will be interactive towards a user's face, or it could be a single face, or the multiple faces, depends on the capabilities that you are using. We have a plane tracker where it is basically going to track the horizontal plane. So for example, I have made and for like Iron Man, and if I want to keep it in the middle of my home or something like that, so we will be using the plane tracker. Or if we have some effects, like there is a big home and some we have made dog or a cat as a 3D objects, and we want that those objects should be interactive towards a real world, so we could make go with the plane tracker. If we are making the target tracker, so target tracker basically needs a 2D image to track. For example, I am making an effect for Colgate, and the Colgate says that whenever a user tracks that Colgate 2D image, so there could be something like a person comes and he or she is brushing or something like that. So all those effects could be created by target tracker. Or you could see even the example, like for example, there is a chips company, Uncle Chips. So what we do is we take the front image and we make it as a target. So what happens if a user just take the device and scan the that image, then what could happen, like two peoples are fighting for that chips or something like that. So it is basically will be a marketing strategy for any of the company to actually promote their brands. So they can use target track. So if we talk about hand tracker, so hand tracker is something like if you show your hand towards the camera, it will show the signals, and you could see whatever you are adding to your hand. For example, if I add a 3D object called ball and it put into the hand tracker, so whenever I show my hand, so at the same time you could see that ball on my hand. So it is basically, it will be a tool that will find and follow a single hand in your screen and controls the position of the child objects. So you should just take care that here everything will be the hierarchy of camera, and camera itself is a child of device. So let's add, suppose we add a face tracker here, and let me go to the video and integrate the camera so that you could see. I think my screen got stuck. I'm so sorry. I think I'm back. Cool. So I was telling you that if we add a face tracker here, and if we go to the video and click on integrated camera, you would see that in the user sharing, you could see yourself. But since my screen got stuck, so it will take some 20 30 seconds and it will get open. So what we will do is we will click on the face tracker and go to add objects, and let's add a face mesh here. So what basically is face mesh? So face mesh is a 3D object that will be there on your screen, that would be visible on your, just a minute. Sorry. Yeah, so it will be a 3D object that would have a screen of your face. For example, we have eyes, nose, and all the gestures that would be there on the face. So it will track all your facial expressions or something related to face in the face mesh. So what we could do is we'll go on the materials and add a material to it. Now, you could see that the shader type of the material by default is standard. So this shader type, you could use the standard or flat shader type or even face paint. So these are some of the shader types that are being available. If we talk about the standard, so it will ignore the light effect, but since we want the flat one, so let's go with this one. And what we could do is we can add some of the effects, like, let me add, let's add this one. Okay, so what we will do is we'll adjust the tracker of the face. For example, I want the eyes to be closed, so I'll just click on eyes and let me close it. Okay, just a minute. Let me switch on my video here only. Cool. So what we could do is we will add a effect that could be something. Let me go to the blend mode. So there are different blend modes that are available. For example, if you add, so it would be something like on your existing face and it won't look that good. And if you go with multiply, so it will just make a ghost look. So let's go with this multiply. And what you could do, even you can change the color of the texture. And then if you want to add a segmentation, then what you could do is you could go to add object and click on rectangle. Now before clicking on rectangle, you should take care that the rectangle is basically a child of canvas. So what canvas is, it is a container that will be lying outside, and it will be basically used to have the rectangles, or you can add some of the other effects inside it. For example, let me add 2D text, or we could add particle system around it. So let's add a rectangle. So rectangle is a 2D object that will be used, and you can add something like if you want to frame it, or if you want to make an effect where you want that the background should change dynamically for every 2 seconds or for every 1 seconds. So just do make the width and height is full and add a material to it. And you can also change the material name. For example, let me change the name of the material as rectangle material mat 1. So now we can change it to flat. Now you could see that only the face portion is visible right now. So you will go to the advanced render option and just click on use depth and use right to depth option. So it will just enable on your whole effect, on your whole body. So now what we could do is go to the alpha channel And here in the texture, what you have to do is you have to add the segmentation texture. Now if you are still confused and still wondering how I got the segmentation here, so I just went to camera, and you have to extract the segmentation from the segmentation option, and just click on a person hair or skin, like whatever you wish, you can add over it. And then what we could do is, let's take the camera effect over it on the background, so that we can change the background. So now you could see that the background is plain white, so we will change the background to some uh, like Halloween background, because we are making a filter like that. So you could see that right now the blurredness of the effect that is on the background is quite high, or it's we can make little less softness. I think this goes fine. And then what we can do is we will add a image to a rectangle. So go to the new texture, and what we could do is we will add a Halloween texture. Let's add this one. So you could see now that the Halloween texture is being there, and you can even try on the other effects. And apart from this, if you want the mouth to be closed, so again you can click on this. So if you open the mouth, so it won't interact much over your lips. So it all depends on you how you're going to take it. And for example, let's add something like skulls, or the ghost are falling or going up. So what how we can do that is we will add an object that will be the particle system, or we can say the emitter. So we will add a particle system here. These are basically the 2D objects that usually interact with the effect we are adding. So we will add a particle system, and you could see here uh, that it is actually by default going upside, and its emitter type is point right now. Let me change the emitter type to plain. And then what we will do is we will add a material to it. Let's change the shader type to flat. And then we will add a texture to it. For example, let's add, okay, let's add this. And let's make the changes in the emitter. So we'll go to emitter, and we will just play around these numbers, because what the thing is, like, if you'll go, it's not like I have remembered all those digits and I'm going to try it. Even I'm just going to hit and try. So let's make, first of all, size is 0.2, and let's go with the birth rate. So what birth rate is, like, how, as the name says, that the rate we want that the number of particles to be there on the effect. So let's take it 35, and let's take a spray angle from x, y, and z axis. These are basically x, y, and z axis. Let's take it as 10, 10 and 10. And we could change the speed of these particles. For example, if I give 1, so it is going very high, and we can change its position little downwards and make it slow. So we will make it 0.5, and then we can even warm up. So let's take it 10. And what we could do is we can add another particle system. So if you want to add one more particle system, what you could do is you will just duplicate it. So control D on Windows, or even you can just right click on it and click on duplicate, and just duplicate the material too. So we have the material here, create new material and change its shader type to flat. Let's add one more texture here. So let's add, let's add spiders. Oh, the angry face is also fine. Cool. Now, if you want that it should go little bit less, so we can change the birth rate and size. Then we can change its speed 0.8, and let's change the, so we have the physics here also, so you can use the force acceleration here. So if you want that, now you could see that it's going quite at a very high speed. So I don't want that, so I'll just uncheck it and just reduce the speed also, if you want. And what you could do is you can even, if you want that, you should make this little bit interactive. So what we will do is we will go on the show and hide patch, and for example you want that if the user smiles then all these particles should appear. So let me change the real time simulation. Let me change to this one. And so whatever logic you are going to create, you will be going to create on the patch editor. Now what is this patch editor is, it will have different interactions, like if you're adding audio, animation, body landmarks, or you are creating some logic. So we have and equals to, exactly equals to, we have shaders here, we have some mathematical operations here, we have time, as well as the all the utilities you want. So let me add a face finder here. So what this face finder will do is basically it will look into the screen and finds the face. So with the face we need to select the face. So what we will do is we will have the face select here. So since we are making a filter for like filter where you single user is going to capture the effect, then we'll take something like if a user smiles, then we want this effect, this particle should appear. So what we will do is we will select both of them, and what you could see is visibility here. So if I uncheck the visibility, you will see that the particles just went off, and if I again click on visibility, it again came and it is just going upside. So what I wanted, if user smiles then these particles should come. So what I will do is I will just click on the visibility here, and you will see here that you are going to attach the gesture into it. Now as soon as the user is going to smile, you will see the particles. So that's how you can make the effect quite interactive towards the towards your like how you want. For example, there is more interactions, like we have a blink, we have happy face, we have head shake, we have kissing face, left eye closed, or we have object type, screen type. So what if I want to make something like, let's make one more face mesh, and I want that if a person clicks on the screen, so we'll go to the simulate touch. So if I want that if I touch on the screen, the effect, that is that ghost effect, should disappear and something else should come. So what I will do is I will go to the face tracker and add a face mesh again here, and I'll click on material and go to the flat shader type, and let's add one more texture here. So we will add, okay, let's add this one. And what I will do is I will just disable this for now, and let me disable the eye and mouth here. Let me change Okay, so what I will do is I will just change the texture of the material here. Let me make it a little more red, or we can go with dark red too. Okay, this works fine. Even we can multiply it or add it, but that won't look good. Multiply looks fine. Okay. Now what I will do is, for example, if a user clicks on the screen, I want the previous face mesh should appear. So what we have to create a logic for it. Yeah. So before that, let me tell you that you can even make the comments on the patch editor. So that, for example, if I share this project to anyone, so they would be quite like it. The code should be understandable, like whatever I am doing. If I'm making a filter for brand, then it like if I want to share something, a logic I have created, if some of my friend ask me what if I show like a messed one, a messed patch editor, then he or she won't be able to understand it. So in order to comment it, you can just select it and just click on right click and comment around, and you can add a comment here, for example, logic for face interaction. um, this would be fine. And let's create one more logic. That would be if a person clicks on screen, so we have screen tap that will capture that somebody taps on the device of the screen. So if we click on it, then we have a counter here. Now what this counter will do is it will use a pulse signal to increase or decrease the jump of the specific number of counter. Wow, I know you won't understood. So what it is, for example, I have the counter of 2. So what I want that I have two face tracker, or if I have two rectangles and I want to that for the first face my background should be this and the face texture should be this. So I'll give the counter value 2 because we have the two different face meshes. If we have we are creating something like we want to make with the 4, so you can go with the 4. Wait, let's do it, then you'll understand. So maximum count, let me take it right now is 2, and then you need exactly equals to. So it will check if the two numbers are exactly equals, as the name says. So we'll click here. Now, since here indexing starts from 0, so you should always take care that the 0 is basically the first number. Let me first enable it. And what we want that this texture should be visible when a person clicks on the screen. And if we have exactly equals to for the second number, then we want this mesh should be visible. Now if I click on the stimulate touch, and if I touch on the screen, you could see that the effect is getting changed. So that's how you can even change the background also. And if you have some images, then you can go to the Google, or if you found something like a video is there, a scary video, you just have to go to the Google and just type to like video to JPG, or you can go for PNG sequence converter. We have this online software and you can just download it. And what you will do is you will click on the rectangle and go to the materials. And what you will do in the texture, you will add this animation texture sequence. So this will once you add this, you can add all the textures and you will see that the animations could be seen on the background of you. So yeah, this is a very simple effect that you could create it. And I think it was not that difficult to understand too. You can just click it. Now see, the good practice says, for example, if I have made a game and I'm not giving the instructions that what you have to do in that game, that game is basically useless. So what you could do is, if you want to add the instructions, you will go to the device and we have the custom instructions here. So in our effect, what we want that a person should smile and tap the screen. So you can click on tap to change, and even we have smile. So we have created like for user smile, so we can give the instruction with that, and even we can give this instruction to tap to play, tap to change, all these things. If it is something like you're recording it, you can give it. For example, if I say tap to change, so you will see here tap to change. So as soon as we restart our effect, the instruction will be visible to us. So if you don't want that right now, the smile gesture should be there. We will just uncheck it, and the particles will fall. So for now, the tap to change works completely fine. And for this one, what you could do is select it and just comment it, and you can add a comment like change of section. Cool. So like this, you can see that even a patch editor looks quite good and it's not much messed up. If you want, you can comment it this one also, and you could see our effect is ready to publish too. So like if you want to know how you have to publish it, so you just have to go on the publish here, just click on publish, and you have to first add the experience. Now what is this platform requirement? So I have made this filter that will work on both Instagram as well as Facebook. So what I'll do is I'll click on add experience, and I'll just click on sharing experience. So that's it. And you could see that the file requirements matches the filter requirement. So we have the 4 MB as a limit. So if you're for Instagram, so if your effect is going more than 4 MB, you won't be able to upload it. So for Instagram, and if it's for Facebook, Facebook supports 10 MB. So you can just take care of it. You will just click on upload, and once this uploading gets over, you will see a new window. For this, you must be sure that your Instagram and the Spark AR Studio is being connected with the same account, so that whenever you will share this filter, you will see your Insta handling name would be visible there. So just a minute. Yeah, you could see a new window has appeared here, and then either you can test directly from here, just click on test on device, and if you send this, you would see on your device itself, on your Instagram, you will see like a kind of notification. You can click it, and you could see if you want to make some changes over it, just go for it. And if you want to upload it, so you have to record the video with max of 15 seconds, and then just save it, and you can send to yourself here. So you have to give the name for your effect. For example, if we gives like post 2.0, and then what you could do is you can add a experience here. So we will support for all platforms. And now since I have already been added here, so my account owner's account is already exist here. Then we have categories, so you could find that it is impressive or world AR, or like if you want that person should take selfie or something like that, in that category if you want to fall, or some scary. So let's take weird and scary. And keywords, it's optional, so as of now just skip it. And once you record your video, you just send it and choose it here and click on it, and it will get uploaded. Similarly, you can upload an image also here. So if you have the existing image, you can just click on it, and for example, we have something for Halloween, so we will take this image, and it will get uploaded, and you can crop it, confirm it. And what you can do is, for example, oh yeah, you should take care of the dimensions too. Let me add this one. This is also small. Okay, what about this? Okay. Yeah, so it gets uploaded. Now, since I have not recorded my video with this filter, so I won't be directly submitting it because it's not optional. You have to submit it, the demo video. So what you could do is you will just save it, and you have two options. Either you can directly click on test on device and send to your respective devices, or even you can directly send it from here. From the Spark itself. So choice is yours, and once the effect gets saved, you can just test on the device. You can make the demo video, and it will it will minimum takes 2 hours to get accepted, and maximum it will take 5 days for your effect to get accepted. So this was quite simple effect. Let it get uploaded, and let me share 2 3 more filters that you could make, and that would be quite easy for you to understand. Let me save this one. So I have saved it, and I'll just close it. And let us create one more easy project that would be quite easy for you all, and you all will love it. So let's start from the blank project, because we'll start from scratch. Then I'll tell you how you can use these templates and make the effect. Let me open the. Okay, so we have a blank project here, and let us start one more from the scratch. So I was talking about the assets library. So in the assets library, there are different things available that you can use. For example, 3D objects are there. We have 3D shapes different. So if you want to add a star, or if you want to make a planet effect, where you want that the earth should be visible with the 360 model, you can use these 3D effect. We have eye for eyeballs. We have music and sound. So if you want to use these music, you can directly import it, and if you want to change the mp3 videos to the respective m4a, you can just convert it from the internet, from the Google. Just you have to take care that the sound should be mono, and it should be 44.1 kilohertz. So you should take care of these two things. And there are different patches available here. So the best thing of Spark is this only: you can go to different shaders, and you can just download the shader and try it by yourself. So let's see how it works. So we have one of my favorite patch, that is edges color as well as color cycle. So let me find it. We have edges color here, so we will just import it. Done. And then we will find, let's find color cycle. We have this color cycle patch. Let's import this one. Okay, done. Now you could see that the patches is being visible in the assets file. You can also directly, like, if you are quite sure that what all assets you are using, you can just add the assets directly from your PC. Here, just import it from your computer, or from your assets library, or from the colorlets that are available. I'll talk about it. Just give me a minute. Okay, so we will extract the camera texture here, and let's look at a patch editor. So what we will do is, we will just click on add objects, and we will add a rectangle here. Make sure that you just give its height and width as full. So we will just see that it's being full to your device. to the respective devices. We will click on material and let's take it the material as flat. And what we will do is we will just drag the camera texture to our patch editor. Now you could see that there is a new patch that's being visible on the patch editor, that is being camera. Either you can directly drag it from here, or you could just, you have to extract it and then you can do it like this. And we have adjust color, because see, this patch requires the texture, and what we want that the effect, whatever we are creating, it should be on a full device, that should be visible on person as well as background as well as everything around the scene. So for that scene we need the camera texture. So what we will do is we will go to the material of this rectangle and extract the texture, that is this one, diffuse texture. Now what we will do is we will connect the RGBA to the texture, and we will connect the output to the material. Now you won't be able to see the changes because we haven't done any changes yet. So let's play around this one. For example, I want to create a black and white effect. So what I'll do is I'll give the saturation as -1. And if I want to increase the brightness little bit, this is okay. Contrast, no, 0.01. And if you want to make the image as an invert, so you will just click on it and you will see a image like this. It's up to you how you are going to deal with it. So let's, as of now, take the black and white image only. Now you guys have used that kira kira effect so many times. Like, let's see how it works and how we can make that effect. So we have to again go to the assets library and we will extract one more patch, that is kira kira patch, that exists in the patch editor itself. Just go up and we will find it here. It is simple kira patch. So we will just import it, and once it get downloaded you will see on your patch. Okay, so we can see the Kira Kira patch here. Now it has different inputs that we'll be needing, but one is camera texture. So let us connect first the camera texture to the simple Kira. And what we will do is we need the sparkle. So you can find the sparkle directly, go to the Google and find the sparkle image. That will be a simple star, and just remember that the background of that star should be like, it should not be any color, it should be plain. So you should take care of it, and it should be in PNG format. Since I already have it, so I'll just directly import it from my device. You can just find it from Google itself. So I have texture here. So this one I was talking about. And yeah, make sure that whenever you add the images here, you just compress it, because it will take, if you won't compress it, it will take a lot of time to get loaded, and you just have to wait unnecessarily, and it will take more time here. And in the sparkle, we will add Kira. Now you won't be able to see anything on the camera here because we have not added a material as well as a rectangle. So we'll go to add object and let's add a rectangle. Now let me change the name of this rectangle to Tira, and let's fill its width and height, and let's add a material. Let's switch the shader type to flat, and what we could do is we will just add a texture here. Okay, so you will see that the sparkles are quite large. Why? Because the pixels count is 1. So we can give the pixel count as 20, or if 20 20 is too small, then let's go for 10. And then we can even go with 12 also. Okay, so this is fine. So this is basic simple Kira effect. And what you could do is just add a face tracker, and let's make our face more smooth. So we will add a face mesh directly. So as soon as you click on face mesh, since face mesh is a child of face tracker, so it will automatically the face tracker will be enabled. And let me add a material to it, and you will just go to retouching. So what it will do, it will hide some of the like unnecessary, some lines or sort of pimples and all. It will just hide it and make us face more smoother. So we will change it to 67, and let me uncheck it, and for the rectangle too. Okay, so now what we could do is we will just play around this. If you don't want black and white image, you can just increase a little more brightness here, and you can change the saturation to zero point 0.2 or zero point 0.5. This look fine. And if you want black and white only, go with -1. So what if I want that if a user smiles, then the effect should be black and white. If I want to create something like that, so see, we have two options. Either you can you can use the color alerts. Like if you have already by default you have the LUT, so you can just drag and drop the LUT with one patch that's being used inside the Spark, or you will just you can just use directly from the assets library. So as a beginner, I will prefer that you will just go to the assets library, go to the color alerts, and let me take mm, let's take this one, and let's import it. Okay, so you will see the LUT here. Now, you don't have to create any logic by yourself. What you will do is you will just right click on it and go to actions, apply to camera. For this, okay, remove render pass. I have to disable this because it won't be applied to it. Let me again extract it, and let me go to actions, add to camera. Okay, now what we will do is we will see what exactly happened here. So this is the patch that is being created directly with the help of screen render pass. And just don't as a beginner, you don't have to think like how it happened. Just you will just do one thing, that is you will just see on the screen device how it is actually looking here. And what you will do is you will create a logic that as soon as the user smiles, we want that this black and white effect should come. So what we will do is, again, we will go and click on face finder, and let's go to face select. We need single for single face. Let's go with smile. Okay. And then let's add this one. So we have this one for the black and white effect, and this one is for simple Kira effect. What we want is full canvas should be visible. Now see what happens. Just a minute. Let me change the person. Okay, so see what happens here. So as soon as a person is going to smile, you will see the black and white effect with Kira effect. So I think it was quite easy and simple. You don't have to just go into the logic much, because as a beginner, I feel like you will just have to see the logic the patches and how the effect is being created. And even you will see that the logic, most of them in the patches, the logic is being highlighted by the creator itself. For example, if we see the this effect, for color gradient, so what it needs, its basic requirement is just a material it needs. So you will just add add a rectangle, then add a material to it, then okay, let's do this. So it will be easy for you guys also to understand. So you can just save this project, or if you guys are doing parallelly with me, then you can just upload this one, because the plus point is the ones who, like, you all are attending the workshop, so you all will get the, once you'll upload the effect, you all will get the goodies and all. So I would prefer that if you have not yet started making filter, then I'll make 2 3 more, so you can just make it and upload it. So just take care of that one, because for that you have to upload a filter, at least one filter. So I won't save this project, and let's jump into 2 3 more patches that we could see how we can make the filters. So here is a blank project. So you guys should have seen the disco light effects on Instagram. Have you ever thought of how it is being made? If not, then let's go and make it. So what you will do is, see, one more thing. If you have already downloaded the assets, so you don't have to again and again open the assets library. Spark AR is too smart, and it will just show on your recent assets library. So let's add a color cycle here, and we will add a object here. An object is rectangle. Let's fill the width and height. Let's make the material is flat, and I don't want to change its name. Go to the patch editor. Cool. So instead of going much complex, let's make it simple. So what I will do is I will extract the texture of it. Let's change the simulation. And once the texture is being extracted, we'll take this color cycle and extract it to the patch editor. Let me zoom it. Now see, if I connect this color to the material, you will see the different colors being popping up on your window. Now I want the duration to be quite small, so let me give 10, and let me give the start value 0.1. So it will be quite smooth. See how nicely it's being shown. And if I want it to random start or reverse, I could just click on it. And but yeah, where is the user went? Okay, so if you're wondering where the user went, so you will go to the render options. We have the blend modes, different blend modes like alpha, add, multiply, subtract, etc., etc. So we will go to add. It won't look good. Like if you want that the effect should be quite more like on your face as well as on your background, then go to multiply. So this looks good. Like if you want all these color to be visible, and if you want a single color to be visible, then what you can do is just don't attach this patch, go to the color section, and you can just add the color here. If you want a single color should be there. So abhi ke liye let's take the white only, and let's change it like this. But it goes quite smooth, so let me change it to 1 2 0.5. Okay. So this will be something like disco lights or something. And if you want that to add something on the face, then what you will do is you will go to the face tracker and add a face mesh here. Now you see the face mesh is not visible. Why? Because we have not unchecked the advanced render option, so we will uncheck it. Now we will be able to see the face mesh here. Let me change it to this one. And for example, if we want little bit smoothing, so we will go with retouching. See, this is 0 and this is full. You could see the difference. And suppose I want to add one more face mesh here, add a material to it, make the shader type as flat, and let's add a texture to it. Let me add this one. And what we can do is, if you want to add a plane, now what is plane? Plane is basically uh it has all the axis x, y, z, so it will be a 3D, it will be a plane that would have both like position, rotation, as well as scaling. So if you want that, you would have seen the effects where crown is there, or something like what is my favorite color, or what is my current mood. So all those texture you can add it from the plane itself. You will just add a material to it, make it as flat. And one more thing, the plane is being attached to the face tracker, so it will just see how the facial movement is being done, and it will move accordingly. So let me pause it and let me shift it to little bit on our axis, and let's add a texture here. So let me add this horns, and we will just increase it. Now see, we have here the options. This is for position, this is for scale, and this is for uh, oh sorry, this is for position, this is for scaling, and this will be for the rotation here. So for example, I want to increase the size, so I'll go to plane, I'll click on this, and let me increase the size of it, and let me drag it to upward. Let me set the position of it. This is upper render. Make horns, or if you want to make crown or something. So these planes would be 2D objects with all the x, y, and z axis. And rectangle will have only width and height. So this is the difference between rectangle and plane. So you should take care of it. And if you don't want this lightning, you will just remove it, and you can go with just red one. Go to the material and let me add red light, so red sun. And if you don't want this plain also, and it's okay. So yeah, so this will be quite easy and simple, simply how we make it just by using rectangle and a face mesh with a plane. So this is the basic things that we usually see, and it becomes so easy to make the filters like this. And if we make the use of different templates, that then all that too we can do. But before that, let me teach you 2 3 more patches so that you guys can work on it. Let me change it to white. Okay, let's add and learn about different patches. So I was talking about this one. Let me import it. And one more thing is that you should know how the scaling of rectangle is being done. So let me tell you how it goes. So we have this rectangle. It is being, let me disable it. Okay. So let me add a rectangle to it, fill its width and height. Okay. Make the shader type is flat. I'll remove this as of now. And what we will do is we will take this 4 gradient, and with this rectangle material we will take the texture of it, and let's change the blend mode to multiply or add or alpha. And if you want that it should these like these colors should get animated, then we have a loop animation. Just click on it, and for example I want the C color. Oh sorry, I want this radius to get, or let's rotate its axis in a mirrored way with a duration of 2 seconds. So see how it goes. So we can dynamically have some light effects over it. We can change the colors over here. For example, red, yellow, blue, green. So like this, you can see how the colors are variating with this patch. Apart from this, what we can do is like if I disable this, and let me add one more rectangle here, and let's see how the screen pinning works. Because most of the time what happens is this is very basic, and people usually if they use iPhone they will have different like the rectangle will look quite differently, and if they are using Android, then the rectangle pinning would be quite in a different manner. So what we will do is we'll go to the camera and extract the camera texture here. We'll take the adjust color. Okay, wait. Let me add first camera texture here. Cool. Now see, there is you won't be able to see the difference, but see, we have one more rectangle here with the camera texture. Now, what if I want to make a collage or something like that? So we will what we will do is abhi ke liye let's remove this texture and let's make it white only. And for the next rectangle, let's take it and give the texture as camera texture. So let me add it, and let's, if I do the scaling, suppose we have for now the scaling is 1, so let me change it to 0.6. Okay. To add some date or time on it to canvas, because in Spark you won't be able to use the text, but now you can use the text instead of the canvas. And let's add some texture, and with time. So let me enter and let me insert a time in short. So currently we are set with iPhone 8. Now what if I switch to Android device? For example, this one. Um, just a minute. Let me change the pinning 0.5 and let me duplicate it. For the iPad, it came quite close, and for the different devices, it is going differently. See, for iPhone X, the date went up, but we fixed it downwards. So, first of all, just take one device and you will go to this text and just pin it to the center. Now, see, if I only one, and let me change it to 0.6. Okay. Now see, if I just switch it down and this one little bit up, and now if we go to the devices and see, now see in iPhone X also it works similarly. It's not going up, and for the other devices also it's working the same. So this is one thing that you should take care. And if you don't want the background to be white, you can change the color of it. Just make it black, and if you want tab to change that also you can do it. You have to change the text color also. So you can just want for example, let's take this one. And if you want to add one more background, so what you will do is you will just duplicate this texture duplicate it and just go to the material, remove it into one, keep this and make it as shadow type is flat and change it to its position in between 2 and 3. Now see, you won't be able to see anything, but if I increase the size of it, control Z, let me change it from scale, it says 0.7, works fine, a form of Polaroid, and then you can make the fonts of it quite low. So let's take the line spacing as 20. Okay, we don't need line spacing. Font size 20, 30 or 20 works fine. And just take the day only and give it to 30. Okay, cool. So like this, you can just create the effect. If you want that these two should be little bit tilted, then what you will do is you will just select it and see, now rotate it. And the background image, if you don't want this, you can just remove it. For example, black, or I don't know, like if you want to choose a color or something, you can take it. So yeah, like this you can create multiple effects. You can even decrease the size of it, and you can even play with the patches again, because there are so many different patches that we have still not used. But yeah, this is one way where you can start making building the project from scratch. The other way is simply by using the template. So let's start using the templates itself. So we have different templates here. We have neck decoration, we have background, world air effects, color filter, mask filter, makeup, etc., etc., etc. So let's go with, for example, mm, let's go with this one, background. So we have previously seen that we did the background effect dynamically. Directly we did, we extracted the rectangle, and then we took the segmentation of it, and then we did it. But if you want to use the template itself, so what you could do is just replace this one. Right click it, replace it, and you can just replace an image. For example, let's take this one. Okay. Or if you want to add a animation sequence, so let's add that one also. So you guys will also get an idea how it works. So you have to go to background, go to its material, replace it to the animation sequence, and then what you will do is you have to go to Google and find some videos that are available. So I have currently some of the images sequence, so let me go with it. Go to the desktop. Okay, let me add these texture here. For example, let me add 20. Wait until it gets loaded. Okay. So you can see that this live button is blinking, and it's all because of the animation it was there. Uh, in the video that I converted into JPEG or PNG, depends on the type of the video and you are converting. So what I will do is I will just scale up the background little bit upwards, and this one little bit downwards to make it okay. Now what I want is this person segmentation should be having some texture. So what I will do is I'll go to show and hide patch. Only one patch they have included here. And what we could do is we will just add a we will just extract the texture of it, and let's add, let's see how we can use the LUTs into our effects. So on the assets library, we have the patch assets, and we have fast color LUT. This is the wonderful patch that usually 99% of the creators use. Okay, so what I did is I just downloaded the patch. Now see, its input says that it needs one texture. Now you guys would have understood that till now that we need to extract the camera texture now. Go to camera, extract the camera texture. It's already there here. So what I will do is I'll bring this little down, and let me take the input. Now output we need a lot. Okay, so I already have some LUTs in my laptop. So go and extract any one of them. For example, let's take this one and just compress it. Now see. Sorry. You can see that the LUT effect is being applied. Let me increase the background 1.1. Okay, little bit downwards. So this is how you can apply the LUT effect. But as of now, it's being applied to the user only. So if you want it to apply on the whole screen, so what you could do is just disable this one, and or you just go to this patch, remove this one, extract the background, and just click on here. So for the background also you will see how you will do it. Mm, Wait, let me disable this and make it little bit easy. Let me add a rectangle. So I have to add, and here we will add a rectangle. Fill the width and height. Create a new material. Make it as flat and extract its texture. And अभी के लिए इसे हटा देते हैं and let's now see the LUT effect is being applied to the whole. See, you can see the difference in the color itself, how it was actually looking and how it looks now. So, like this, you can create filter simple, just a lot effect. That's it. And if you want to add a dynamic text, so you can just add it. Go to the text and go to the dynamic one, and for example, a date, and let me fill its width and height and change the color if you want. Black is okay. And what we could do is, let's take day, week, and if you want to change it to white, add a material and little bit transparent. And then if you want to add some dust texture, so what you will do is, again you will add a rectangle, fill its width and height, go to Google and extract the dust texture. So if you want to extract, for example, this one, or this one, and save images, drag it to your project, you will see here, compress it, and then first of all let me add a material to the rectangle, and Let me choose this texture. Now see, you can't see that image and everything just disappeared. Now what you have to do is you have to blend it from the render option, and the blend mode should be add or screen, depends on you. So you can just screen it and little bit decrease it. Intensity depends on you. So if you want to see on other faces, you can add this dust effect like this. So like this, you can even add a grain effect also. For example, I have one in my device only. So let me see how it works. Go to the AR. Yes. So for example, this one is also fine like this. So you can create multiple effects from this. If you want that the user should tap and change the color of it, that also you can do it. So all these things are usually depends on oneself how he or she is going to do it, and it becomes quite easy to make these basic filters. So let me remove it, and let's take one more and quickly choose the head decoration because it's again one of my favorite template. If you are working on a project where you can add a customized, for example, glasses or hat or something like that, so you could just prefer this head decoration patch. What you will do is just remove this. First of all, let's go to our patch editor and extract some 3D cool objects. Let's take a hat or a glasses. Mm, okay, let's take this one. Oh, I have to log in on Sketch. Cool. So since Spark has the tie-up with SketchUp, so you have to first log into the SketchUp, and then you will be able to use these devices from these assets from the device. So we will go to assets. It's getting downloaded. It's done. So you could see the in the assets we have this 3D glasses. Now what we will do is first of all we'll delete this and we will drag this to the drag here. Now the size will be quite large, and what we will do is we will decrease its size. First of all, let me pause it and go to the scaling of it. It's still quite larger, so let's scale it to this one. It's okay, and let's see how it is looking now. Fine, it looks cool now. So like this, see, in 1 minute or 2 minutes, we just adjusted these glasses, and now it looks good in all of them. See this or this one. See how nice it is actually looking. And then if you want to add some more things like you want to add some light effect or some, wait, one more I'll show you. You would be knowing how much. So what we will do is we'll download one for now. Let's take this one. Just save this and go to the assets from the computer. and go to downloads, compress it for both iOS, Android, and older Android versions. And then what we will do is we will add a rectangle, fill its width and height, and go to the shader type is flat and adjust the render options and go to add, and then directly what I did was basically it was alpha and I just blended to add, and then we can just adjust its opacity whatever we want. So yeah, that's it. That's how you can make the effects, and you can just save it to your project. For example, classes. Plus, cool. Then, if you want to upload it, go to just upload, and directly you will be able to do it. Then we have. Okay, let me teach you one more thing. Go to the blind project and let's make this last filter because it will be quite interesting for all those who make funny filters. Okay, so we will go to again the assets and AR library, and we'll go to blocks. Now, what these blocks are, the creators have already created the existing filters in a form of block. So, what you guys can do it, you can just download it and you have to just drag it to your screen, and then you will be able to use it. For example, if I want to change the eye color, so I'll just go to makeup, or we'll just go with we'll just remove all these things and we want just eye color, so we will take care of it, not in makeup but in just a minute, I think downwards it would be there. Yeah, so here is the eye color. If you just want to change the color of the eyelashes are there. So I was talking about this face deformation. Let's do this one too. So let's wait until it gets downloaded and then we'll see how it works. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to extract it. You have to just drag this to your camera. Now see, um, what you will do is you will change the scaling of eyes or mouth. For example, see, like this we can scale. If we want to scale the chin, then we can do it like this. Or if we want to make a shape like a triangle or square, and then we can change the voices also by using the voice patch. And if I want to make nose little bit bigger, so you guys can just play around this and make filters with this one, this anything. Okay, guys, I think you guys have understood what we have to do. So like this you can make it. I know it is looking very creepy, but yeah, you can just play around it and make some nice filters, face funny filters or something like that. So yeah, this was one of them. And then even you can see how this voice changer works. Again, if you want to see how this eye color actually works, so you can just go to eye color template and you can add a particle systems, or if you want to change the background, or if you want some animations on the existing project, then you can do it. So for example, if you want to change the eye color of it, so we will use this template and we'll change the eye color to, for example, blue. And this one, okay. And then even you can change the iris opacity And the pupil opacity depends, everything depends on you, or like how you are doing it, like this. And even you can change the pupil color to white, some ghost eyes. Okay, so yeah, like this. If then you want to add something, you can add text or rectangle or something. This, and then if you want, you can add the rectangle to it. And shader type is flat, and go to render options. Just uncheck both of them. Show and hide patch editors, and then just take the camera texture and then extract the material. For example, let me change this eye color, pupil color to black. It's this white is looking horrible. Yeah, so like this, you can even create lots of filters where you just want that eye color to be changed, and if you want the color should be dynamic, then also you can do it. Tap to change or something like that. So yeah, all these things are quite interesting. Once you work on it, you start experimenting things, you will be able to see how it actually works and how it looks like that. You can play with it. For example, if you want the red color or something ghost eye, where you want that the eye should be quite larger and all that, you can do it. Just play around it. So yeah, this was all about the basics of Spark that one should know in order to make the filters, and it becomes really easy. And the other thing is, like the if we go with our presentation, then we will see that how is AR actually being used nowadays. Since after the post-COVID situation, since we all are much more still into our homes and working instead of going physically there, so these technologies have been enhancing from past 2 years. So we see, if we see the frequent AR customers, so you will see that the prediction says that in 2000 uh, 25 it will be around 4.3 billion. Currently it's already 1.5 billion. See, all the brands as well as all the agencies are now working on AR. They are like just seeing how it is actually working, and they are approaching the creators, and they are telling that let's work together and make the future as an enhanced one. So we have, if we talk about the scope of the augmented reality, then AR has to come out of the labs to be used in our daily life of the mess level. Since now you all know that even the Facebook changed its name to Meta because of the technology emerging, that is metaverse. So even now we are stepping ahead from all, just from AR and VR, we are stepping up again towards a new technology, and it will be like a mixture of all these things: AR, VR, and XR, extended reality. So we could see some of the examples like Sixth Sense, that is a wearable gestural interface. Then we have AR that can be used as an alternative for the people who have lost their senses as well as vision too. So AR is actually helping. If we see the Google lenses, and in the coming years, you will see how the future will be brighten up with this technology. So we will see that AR will provide the customized mood based as well as location based information. Then we will see how the market will be quite high. If you see that 94% of them agrees that they will use AR the same more while shopping the next year. So for this I would like to share this video with you all. I don't know how many of you have seen this, but I highly recommend you all to watch this one. I'll just play it if we have time, not fully, just to give you a little knowledge about metaverse. Cool. Just a minute.
To encompass everything that we to
Now
reflect
see
who we
how
and what we hope to build.
the future will
I am
actually look
proud
at
to
like.
announce that starting today, our company is now that designs technology around people. Today, we're going to talk about the metaverse, starting with the most important experience of all, connecting with people. Imagine you put on your glasses or headset and you're instantly in your home space. It has parts of your physical home recreated virtually. It has things that are only possible virtually. And it has an incredibly inspiring view of whatever you find most beautiful.
Hey, are you coming?
Yeah, just gotta find something to wear. All right, perfect. Oh, hey, Mark. Hey, what's going on?
Hi.
What's up, Mark? Whoa, we're floating in space? Who made this place? It's awesome.
Right? It's from a crater I met in LA.
This place is amazing. Boss, is that you? Of course it's me. You know I had to be the robot, man. I thought I was supposed to be the robot. Whoa.
I knew you were bluffing.
Hey, wait. Where is Naomi? Let's call her.
Naomi.
Hey, should we deal you in?
Sorry, I'm running late, but you've got to see what we're checking out. There's an artist going around Soho hiding AR pieces for people to find.
Now see with the AI you can also make the wall paintings like this, how target that is being used here.
This is stunning.
That is something.
That's awesome.
Wow, I love the movement.
Wait, it's disappearing.
This is amazing.
Hold on. I'll tip the artist and they'll extend it.
Wow. Privacy and safety need to be built into the metaverse from day one. You'll get to decide when you want to be with other people, when you want to block someone from appearing in your space.
So now what actually in metaverse is basically will be there even in augmented reality. We will see that it's not now up to your devices only. Like it's not like you need a device, like you need mobile or a tab or something like that. They have now being embedded in like we have AR glasses now, and slowly and gradually it's again going into the metaverse thing. So this the technology is being in a high demand now, and a lot of people are using and purchasing all these things to take their decision, because it not only helps us for just for entertainment purposes. It is actually helping all the medical areas, as well as if we see the growth of our society and in the technology too. And it is also helping the old age people, as well as the agriculture, how AI is being used. So a lot of things are going to come in the coming years, and this AR is being a buzzword till now, and still it will continue to be. So yeah, I hope you guys have understood how to make at least basic filters. And if you guys have any doubt, you can approach to me anytime. I'll just see like you can just go to my Insta handle. You will find and you can just ask me anything if you have any doubts. And you can still ask me now. It's not like you have to just go and yeah. So like Guys, if you have any questions, you can ask. Just try to make the filters, upload it, and let us know you the like how let me also see how you guys made it. And if you like, you can just mention me on your stories. I'll definitely repost it, and like I really would like to appreciate your work towards it. And if the session was useful, let me know. Cool.
Thank you,
I
Vidhi. It was a wonderful session. So there are some questions on the chat. I'll
Yeah,
just
yeah.
let you know if you can answer them.
Mm-hmm.
So there's one question from Chetani. Is there a
Mm-hmm.
way where I can use effects and plugins from AR effects in Spark Studio?
Yes. We have plugins here in the Spark AR Studio itself. Like for example, if we open the blank project, we have the plugin, so you can directly connect your devices. If you don't want the effect to directly come on your device, you can directly connect it towards the PC. We have a plugin. So you just have to download one app instead of if you don't want it. So we have here plugins too. You just have this AR Spark AR player, so you can just run around it, and you can just directly use instead of sending one by one the effects. So yeah, you can go with this one.
Sure. And next question we have is from Ishan. Can I try making some AR effect with Photoshop and import it on Spark AR?
Yes, definitely. See, you can use Photoshop because we have the face asset. So all those effects that I made it on the face, where there would be something like eye on it and some blood effects on the eyes. So what you could do is, we have the assets here, the face assets that could be used in the Spark AR, and you will use Photoshop as well as you can even use the Pixar too. So what you will do is, there are different layers in Photoshop as well as in Pixar. So just you need this face assets that you can download it from the official site of Spark AR. Just a minute, I'll show you how it looks. Face assets. So this folder was directly downloaded from Spark AR itself, official website. So from the texture, you have the face feminine as well as the face masculine. So what you could do is from the Photoshop, you can take one layer of this one or any of them, and one layer would be the transparent one. So you could just see how the physics you want on the face, and then you can directly save it, and just you can directly use in the Spark itself. Just a minute, I'll show you. I think I have a video also. If I could show it how it looks. Mm. Yeah, you can use it like even Photoshop, or if any other tools are available, or directly even you can use from your Android applications too. So yeah, I made all these with the help of that only. Cool. I I'll share that video, sir.
Sure. So next question is from Nikhil. How can I change the render order with the layers?
Okay, so see, what you will do is, for example, if you are using Photoshop, so there will be different. 1 minute. Is he talking about the Photoshop layers or the Spark layers?
I guess the Spark
Because if
layers.
he's yeah, if he's talking about the Spark layers, so there are different layers. Yeah, I'll tell you how you can change the layers also. Just a minute. So see, we have this blank project. So we have this layer section. So for example, I want to add three rectangles here, and if I want to change the layer of this one, let me duplicate it, and this one also let me duplicate it. So what you can do is you can add the layers from here. For example, I add three layers. You can just connect it to different rectangles. Now, what will happen? The zero layer will be the layer that will be the front, and then it will be layered according to how you have been actually you want the effect to works on. So you can directly add the layers from it here, and you can just add it to your rectangle itself. So I hope it sounds good. And once you try making it and using it, you will get to know how it is actually being used.
Sure. And there's an important question from Ishan. How do I find the link after publishing?
How do I find? Oh, yeah, correct. I'll show you. See, for example, I don't know how much time it took, but just a minute. Let me open the existing project. For example, if I upload this project, uh, let's take this one. So, for example, before your effect is being accepted, you can share the filter to 50 users. If you want someone to make the demo video, you can share that. So, how you can do is you have to just click on this upload button. Uh, just a minute. And let me add an experience here. Add experience. Let's do it for Instagram. So, what you will do is you will upload it. Let Cool. So here you can see that it opened. You can give the name, for example, black and white smiles. Then select the platform. Uh, I have selected only Instagram. So I'll just remove the messenger and then impressive. Let me save this. Get saved, then it's fine. Otherwise, I'll show one of mine filter because I don't know why it is taking so much time because of my net. Fine, it's not working. Just give me a minute. I hope it will work now. Even if it doesn't work, I'll show you how it actually looks. So, for example, I have this filter. Okay, so if you want to share, I don't know why it's not getting saved, but maybe I have some internet issues. But yeah, I'll see. See, so you can share it from here once your filter gets uploaded. So this is the URL of your filter, and if your filter is not accepted, so what you could do is you will just click on three dot and test on device. So if you copy this link and send it to your friends, so only 50 users, if your filter is still in review, and in review it takes maximum 5 days and minimum 2 hours to accept the filters. So you can till down, if you want that your friend should like see how you have made, you can share this link, just copy and paste it to the WhatsApp, and if it gets accepted, for example, this is visible, it's being accepted, so I can directly give this link to the people so they can
Vidhi,
directly.
your screen is stuck.
Is it where I am actually currently?
It's just showing the which one you have uploaded, so it's showing loading.
What about now?
No, it's still stuck.
Okay,
Yeah,
just
now it's there.
now it's there. So for
Yeah.
example, this catch the moment filter gets accepted. Okay, so now I want to share the URL, so I will click on share, and this is the URL of my filter. And what if I have just saved it and I want that somebody else to make the demo video of it? So what I will do is I will click on three dots and test on device, and I will just click on it, or I will directly send it to my respective user handle. One more thing, the effect that I have not accepted yet, it's not been accepted, I will show you how it works. Mm. So for example, this effect I have not yet published. So once you save the effect, it will look like this. Okay, so what you have to do is you will click on test on device and just copy this link. So this will be the URL of your filter link. And once it get accepted, then you can directly share it the way I told you. I hope you got it now.
Yes, it was. Also, if you can also tell them where they can find the owner ID, effect owner ID.
Owner ID. See, for the owner ID, you have to connect your Insta with your Facebook. For example, mine is connected, both of them, mine, even my page as well as my personal account is being connected with the Spark AR. So whenever I share the filter, any of my filter, it will show you like for which owner, like this. You want the filter to be published for which owner. So for this, you have to just take care that your both Insta as well as Facebook account are linked with one account. That's it. It's not like Facebook का अलग है और Insta का अलग है. You should take care of that. You can find it. See, you will go to Instagram and you will find your Facebook link. Which one, which account? If you have multiple accounts of Facebook, then you can just look at it, like which account is being connected, and then you can do it. I hope it sounds good.
Sure. So now Shruti is asking, can I submit the link of my AR effect by midnight today? Yeah, Shruti, you can submit it by midnight.
Cool.
And Sonu is asking, which topic should I made and submit an effect? Please tell. If you can
Oh.
suggest a topic to Sonu.
Okay, so yeah, you can make with Christmas is coming, New Year is coming. Just make nice Christmas effects, some lightning effects, some snowfall, or Santa Claus cap, or something like that. You can make, or something related to Christmas or New Year. Of course, you can go with it.
Okay, Chaitani has a follow-up question. I wanted to ask if I can use Adobe After Effects plugins in Spark AR.
Yes, yes, you can use. You can use After Effects also. You can use like these are basically for animation. So yeah, you can go ahead. You can create all these. But the only thing you have to take care is your project should not exceed. If you're making for Instagram, it should not exceed more than 4 MB. And if you're working on Facebook, then the max capacity is 10 MB. So you should just take care of this small thing. Rest you can use After Effects. You can use Photoshop. You can use Pixar, Canvas, etc. etc. Blender for 3D, or you can even use Cinema 4D. So yeah.
Sure. Now, Shruti is asking, is there a way to make filters and add drawing like a 3D effect on the face, or do we add pictures?
Sorry, how do we add pictures like on 3D model? Like what
Is
she's
there a
telling.
way to make filters and add drawing like a 3D effect on the face?
Yeah, it is there. You should know 3D drawing for this, because once you'll be familiar with the 3D drawing, you can directly import that. For example, I make a filter for like a similar face, so I will be making in 3D only. So I'll extract it in an FBX or OBJ format, and I will directly use in the Spark itself. So yeah, you can do it.
So Utkarsh is asking, where do we submit the AR filter so that we get the certificate? Utkarsh, I have shared the Google form link with you on the chat. You can fill that form and submit your effect ID, and you'll get the certificate. Vidhi, if you can share your Instagram account on the chat, people are asking for that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'll share. I'll share. Just give me a minute. Okay. You can find me here. My Insta handle is. I'll share the link also. Yeah, I have shared. Askar, is there any more questions I can answer?
Yeah, just a second. I'm putting your Insta ID on the chat. Okay, there's a question from Ishan. Vidhi, when did you start making AR effects?
Okay, nice. I started making filters on back in like when lockdown was imposed March 2020. So it's been more than a year now. Yeah, March 2020.
Sure. So thank you, Vidhi. Thanks a lot for such a wonderful session.
Thank you
And
so
thank
much,
you
Askar.
everyone
Thank you
for
so much
joining
to
us.
Reskill. Yeah.
So please
So
make
yeah.
your AR effects and submit them before midnight. I'm sharing the Google Form link again with you. You can create your
Yeah,
AR
share it
effects
with
and
me
submit
also.
them.
Let me see. I will love to see how you all guys understood.
Sure. Thank you, Vidhi. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Askar. Thanks a lot to Reskill for having me. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Good night. Bye.
Bye.